Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What is electricity? Lesson number 2. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my making machine serial. In my last lesson, I started exploring the basics you need to build and understand machine. But today I am stepping into the most important thing that makes every machine work, that is electricity. Look around your house, your fridge, TV, lights, air conditioners, washing machines, even blenders. None of these will work without electricity. But what really is electricity and why some devices uses different types? Let us break it down step by step. In our daily life, we use two main types of electricity. One is AC or alternating current, and the other one is DC, that is direct current. In many countries like ours, 220 volt AC is the standard. It powers everything which is in our use. So in our houses only 220 volts are supplied. But in North America like USA and Canada, it is different. They use 110 volt for small appliances like TV, fan, lights and fridge, blenders, etc. But for heavy duty appliances like dryers and heaters, they use 220 volt. So in every house there is supplied two lines, one of 110 volt and the other 220 volt. Let us see world map showing a distribution of 220 or 110 in which country. Okay. Here is the world standard voltage and frequency map. Here you see that these blue lines, all blue lines, is and even this one Australia and even this one Australia also use 220 line in house. You can say that almost in the whole world 220 is used, except what I see is in this America and Canada, and here it is perhaps Mexico and some red marks is here in Japan. So these countries use only 110, otherwise 220 is used. But in Saudi Arabia, what we see, they use 220, but their hertz is changed. They use 60 hertz, whereas we use 50 hertz. approximately 60 hertz normally. Uh, one thing, one thing, somebody may ask what is frequency and hertz. Frequency is the complete cycle of AC current which makes in a second. That is, in our country, AC current makes 50 cycles in 1 second, so it is called 50 hertz, and the frequency is known as hertz. Okay, I'm just showing for your information and nothing else. Okay, now let us talk about DC or direct current. It is also much important as all our personal use depends on DC supply, such as laptop, computer, mobile phone, torch, light, and medical equipment, etc., runs on DC current. How? Because these components use electronics parts inside them. And what is the electronic parts? Electronic parts comprises of suppose transistor, IC, integrated circuit, what is called resistance, rectifier. These parts runs on very small DC current, not more than 6 to 12 volt. I have seen. However, with the invention of cell phone, we have seen charger which charges our mini cell phone. Do you guess how these smallest batteries are charged in our house through the 220 AC line? Yes, through charger, which has a transformer. This transformer converts this AC 220 line volt into DC 4.5 or 4.7 volt, as our cell phone runs on this voltage. We shall know all about transformer in my next lesson. The question is why we use DC current. The reason is simple, that AC current may give an electric shock even at 6 or 12 volt, where DC current at this level does not. But do not take DC current lightly, as it is always not safe at 60 volt or above. There is no chance of survival at 220 volt DC shock, where we have received 220 volt AC shock several times in our life. A third AC line is used in workshop and industry here in our country, which is three-phase supply. Instead of single-phase AC of 220 volt, which has two lines, one phase and the other neutral, but in three-phase supply there are three phase and one neutral or ground is supplied. We normally call here this three-phase supply as 440 line. Okay. Therefore, in workshop we use for 220 lines to run our most of the appliances. We use one phase and the other neutral, and it works like 220 volt. Okay, but remember, if you are using an a motor induction motor, where it has written that it is of three phase, it means that the total three phase which is coming to our workshop or any industry, however, must be added to this motor. Otherwise, in high watt heaters and heavy arc welding machine, only two phase is connected. That does not require three phase in welding machine or heaters, but we say these are 440 lines heater or these are 440 lines welding machine. But be warned, this three phase is very dangerous and human being often die with its shock. Even two phase is fatal. So keep extra caution while using this supply. Okay? Every manufacturer in whole world write voltage on their products. It is clearly shown whether it is of 220 volt or three phase AC or it is DC. Okay. Here you see I am holding a grinder. I just want to show its nameplate. Not clear. It is written and it is 220 to 40 volt AC, 50 to 60 hertz, and its wattage is 720 watt, almost 1 horsepower, almost. However, this is its nameplate, and you should always make connection it with 220 line, not either AC, not other 110 or 440. Otherwise, it will burn out. Okay. I am not sure I could make arrangement to show its nameplate because charger nameplate is very small font. Here input it is written 220 volt and output is shown 5 volt. Okay. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share and hit the bell icon so you do not miss my coming lessons. See you in next class. Allah Hafiz.